Good morning from me and my little squishy bear. He is just so getting to the point where he's just like chunky and soft and just squishy. He's a squishy boy. But anyways, I just have Rhodes today because my mom has been like having like days where she like takes Remy for like the morning or so that I can spend one-on-one time with Rhodes and like sleep in a little, whatever. But she has Remy today and I miss him every time. I'm like, but it's good. It's good for me to have some one-on-one time with the little guy. Yeah. And I'll just say, we cut out screen time for Remy and it has made life like so much, like I don't know, I don't want to say better, but just like things are going so much smoother for us. Like his attitude and like everything is just like so much better, and like I just feel like I'm able to like have so much more time in the day to spend with him. And I did screen time because I thought it was like it would ease like things for when I need to get things done, or like, you know, when I'm nursing Rhodes and Remy doesn't have anything to do. But honestly, it just like takes away from like just like spending time together in a way still. Even though I would turn it on when I was doing other things, like now that it's off, like he just like either hangs with me or like we'll just have conversations while I'm nursing Rhodes now. And if I'm doing the dishes, sometimes he'll help me. And also he's just been a much better independent player. So it's just night and day. I'm just feeling so much better. I know in previous vlogs I've been saying like trying to find time to connect, and like I felt like I was just like so busy, and I feel like cutting out screens literally, like I'm like, well, that was the issue. Like, not that he was on screens all day, but I was like putting it on so I could get something done, and then he would throw a tantrum when I turned it off. And then, you know, now that we're not doing it, it's like we're just like bonding all day, I feel like. And it's just been night and day. And I feel like I don't feel like the struggle of like trying to connect with each kid as much as I did. Or like there wasn't really a struggle, but it was like I just felt like I wasn't connecting as much as like I wanted to with each kid. Like I felt so busy like with housework and like with everything, and cutting out screens just like has made everything different. It's made everything different. So I'm just feeling so much better. But yeah, I thought I would take you through a morning with just me and Rhodes. Like crazy. It always feels weird, like a bad weird, when Remy's not here, because it's like, where is the loud child running around my house? Where is he? Like less energy in the house. And I definitely like miss it so much, even when he's gone for like a couple hours. But we're gonna spend some extra special time today. Yeah, my snuggle buggles. So I'm going to drink my coffee. I made pancakes yesterday, so I'm going to heat up some breakfast. I did not get to the dishes last night because my friend had a little birthday get together, and we got back kind of later. Then we had some like leftovers, and I just like never got to putting everything in the dishwasher or like cleaning the pots and pans. So I'm gonna do that, and then I think we're gonna go on a walk. That's been what I usually do when I just have Rhodes. I take him on a walk in the carrier because like I never really get to like just do a carrier walk with just him because I'll have Remy and like I'm pushing the stroller, and it just makes sense to have them both in the stroller, and it's always like kind of hot. But lately if I go in the morning, then I can do a carrier walk, and it's so much easier to get out in the morning when I'm not having to like convince my toddler to get dressed. So it just makes sense to do the carrier walk, and it's like I let him get his first nap in the carrier walk, and it's just like a nice little, just the two of us walk. I'll do all that. It's gonna be time to nurse him probably when I'm done, and then I'm going to take him on a walk in the carrier. Yeah. My sweet boy. Maybe we do a squish. We just got back from the walk. It was honestly the perfect weather. 70, cloudy. You could wear long sleeve and pants, feel good. You could wear this and feel good. It was great. It did start misting in the middle of the walk, but I just like stood under a pavilion with him and he woke up, but you were pretty chill. You had a good time. You liked looking around. So it ended up being longer than expected, but it was nice to kind of slow down and like look at the lake while it was raining. So we did that, and it just happened to be by Shiloh's tree, so we got to like look at her tree, look at the lake, and just kind of slow down and think a little bit. When I got home, Remy FaceTimed, so it was good to see him. He was like, did not mind that I was on the phone. He was having a good time, so good. Glad for him, glad for me. He just loves hanging at his grandma's house. He loves it. But I'm about to make some lunch here. I'm about to feed you some lunch, and yeah, I'm gonna play with him and just chill kind of till Remy gets home. But this morning when I was nursing, I was collecting milk from my haka because this weekend is my birthday weekend. I'm turning 30. Feels weird to be turning 30. Like, I'm not someone that minds aging. Like, I'm actually someone that's like, I'm so excited to be a grandma someday. Hopefully, Lord willing, I'm a grandma someday. And that sounds so weird. I love being a mom, like, first and foremost. Like, that's gonna be the best time of my life. But I was like, then next I'm excited to be a grandma once, you know, my kids are out of the house and stuff. I don't want to think about that. And it's too soon to think about that. But I'm like a weird person that's like, oh, I look forward to getting old and being a grandma someday and just like living my life. Like, I hope and pray that I get to grow old and raise my boys and see what their kids look like if they have kids someday. So anyways, I'm not someone that minds getting older, but it is weird to be turning 30 because I just remember my mom when she was 30. Like, she had my younger sisters that are twins the day before she turned 30. And yeah, I remember that. And she had like 5 kids by the time she was 30. And it's just like weird to like know where my mom was when she was 30 and then where I am when I'm 30. It's just kind of like weird. And like, I feel like my parents in my head are stuck at 35. Like, for some reason, I just like, in my head, they're stuck at 35, even though they are not 35 anymore. I'm almost 35. If anything, I'm way closer than they are. But it's just like weird because I was 10 when my mom was 35, and I was like, whoa, it's just weird to be like almost that age. And like, that's like in my head how old my parents are, even though they aren't that. And I also just feel like in my head I'm 25. Just, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird. But I definitely don't mind getting older, and I'm very, very thankful to be turning 30 on Saturday. Yeah, I'm very thankful. It's so great. But yeah, sorry. What I was saying is I collected milk in my haka because when you like exclusively breastfeed and you're not pumping, which pumping is exclusively breastfeeding, but I meant like when you're literally just feeding from your boob 24/7, like not pumping, it's hard to get any extra milk out because your body's just making milk for your baby. And anytime you're not going to be like around, it's like kind of a little stressful because it's like, now I gotta get milk. I do have a ton of milk frozen from when we were in the hospital, but my mom tried to give him some last night when we were at my friend's birthday, and he was not about it. Luckily, I was almost home and like just fed him like a little later than I normally do, which is actually like well within the time frame of like when he should have feeds. He just likes to kind of feed every 2 hours still instead of every 3 hours. But anyways, she gave him that and he did not like it when I take it, and I'm hoping it's like just because it's been frozen for a bit. And so I'm trying to collect with my haka because like I was saying, to pump, just not a whole lot comes out. But I feel like it's kind of easier to get it from my letdown in the morning. So I thought I'll catch some from my haka for his next feed. And hopefully I can get like 2 ounces today. I got an ounce earlier. And then I'll try like tomorrow to get 2 more ounces. And then we'll go from there like that. But I don't know if I'm going to need it this weekend because all I know is we're having our friends for brunch. But we're having our friends for brunch. But I was like, Andrew said he has plans for the whole weekend and I just didn't know. So I'm just gonna try to have some extra milk in case we need it for Rhodes. But he acted like we won't. But I know for our anniversary the following weekend, we are going to be away from the boys for a little bit because we're getting massages and stuff like that. And it's out of town. So I knew that I would need milk for that anyway, so I'm just like collecting it. And hopefully he'll take it. Hopefully he'll take it. Yeah. He has taken bottles before, but it's just been a while. But I'm sure if he's hungry, he will take it. Anyways, I'm going to collect some of that on his next feed. And then I am going to make some lunch here. And we'll see ya in a bit. Major girl lunch. Okay, why are Hakkas literally like the best and the worst? Because I spilled some of the milk out because it's just so touchy and like it splashed out. It's like, ah. It really is liquid gold when, you know, you don't have a whole extra supply of it and you're working little bits at a time to get some. Like, anyways, morning is over. It's 12:30 right now. So I'm gonna end the video here soon, but I was just gonna share like kind of a cool story because like lately I think like having a baby in our house again, like it really has Shiloh on my mind extra. And I know I haven't shared a lot about Shiloh lately, but I just have been feeling more like private about everything with her for a couple years, honestly. But I did want to share kind of like a cool story for me because Andrew and I had been like feeling extra heaviness around Shiloh lately. And I went to the cemetery because it was my friend's baby's birthday. But like her baby she had lost, it was her birthday. So I was bringing her baby flowers. And Shiloh's buried in the same cemetery. And I brought the boys with me, and Remy like ran right up to where Shiloh is and was like, Shiloh. And I like didn't even tell him we were going to see Shiloh. Like I said like, hey, I gotta bring Shiloh's friend some flowers, is basically what I said. And he like ran right up to where Shiloh is and was like, Shiloh. And then when we went to leave, he was like, bye Shiloh, love you. Like that just like made my mama heart because lately he has been talking a lot more. He didn't really talk a whole lot for a while because he just didn't really want to, but all of a sudden he's wanted to. And it's like crazy what like to see what's going on in his brain. Like I didn't even know that he like even knew much about Shiloh, honestly, because he just wasn't talking for a while. And then he like literally like said all that and I was like, what? And even the other day he pointed to a picture of like me and Andrew and Shiloh and he said, baby Shiloh, and I was telling him about Shiloh. I told him about Shiloh. So that happened like a week or so before we brought flowers to the cemetery. And I don't know, it's just like all starting to connect to him. And it's like I always wondered what it would be like when it started to connect. And like it's sweet to see and it's hard to see, you know. But we even have like little frame of her name and birth flower. And like I do not recall ever telling him like this is Shiloh's name and her birth flower. Like I've just always had it out. And he went up to it and was like, baby Shiloh. And I was like, yeah, that is. But I don't ever remember telling him. So just lately it's been like just crazy to see that. And it's came at like a time when Andrew and I have been feeling a little more heaviness and stuff. And it's just been kind of like helped us to feel like some lightness around the situation, because it's just cool to see how like Remy's already like just understanding so much for Shiloh, and like yeah, like he's getting that she's part of her family. Like it's just crazy to see after like, you know, he's over 2.5 and like he didn't really ever like say anything about Shiloh or like bring up anything about Shiloh obviously before, and it's just now happening. So it's just been like new to us, but also like good to see that he like thinks of her, and like he puts things together even without us telling him. And like, I don't know, I think it's cool to see that he like realizes that Shiloh's his sister, and at such a young age, but also it's been really good for us too to see that. But anyways, I wanted to share that because it's just been really kind of like a highlight of my week lately. But I will go ahead and end the video here. My little guy, he's very playful right now. He's very playful. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and play with him. I will see you guys in my next video.